Hello and welcome to our winter intersession offering of Math 105, Mathematical Thought and Practice. I'm so glad that you're here for the course this semester. My name is Dr. Salamone. I'm going to be your tour guide for the next 4 weeks. I should say before we begin that this is the first time at Bridgewater that we are offering winter term courses like this in a 4-week format. We used to cram it into 2 weeks in January, and it was okay. It was really rushed. It tended to take over people's lives for the duration of the 2 weeks. I mean, think about it. 15-week semesters, and we're trying to put that much material into 2 weeks in January. It's kind of rough. So 4 weeks gives us a much better shot, I think, at really giving the material time to sink in, giving you time not just to learn some new topics, but to be able to revise and improve your understanding if you don't get things the first time, which most people don't. So I think the 4-week format is going to be a lot friendlier and more compatible with the way that we learn and the way that sort of people learn math in general. So this is Math 105, which means that this is a course that meets Bridgewater's core curriculum requirement for mathematical reasoning. That also means that if you're in a major that has a more specific math requirement, so if you're in a major in science, mathematics, business, if you're an education major who might be majoring in one of those disciplines as your second major later on, this is probably not the course for you. You should probably be in a course like a college algebra, pre-calculus, calculus, business math, the courses that are specifically designed for those majors. So if you're taking Math 105, it's probably because your major doesn't require a specific kind of mathematics for your discipline. And we're just trying in this course to give students an experience of a different kind of mathematics that's not necessarily directly applicable to your field of study, but is maybe a different way of thinking more expansively about what mathematics is, what it can look like, and what mathematical reasoning is. So that's kind of what this course is about. And as always, if you have any questions about does this course count for X, Y, Z, any of those administrative kind of questions, feel free to ask me either in a private message or send them to the general chat in Discord so that everyone can benefit from the answer. But I'm more than happy to help out with those questions at any time. So what I want to do over the next few minutes is introduce kind of the overall structure for our course for the semester, talk a little bit about the syllabus, talk about my approach to grading, which is, I want to say unorthodox, but I really think it's something that more people should be doing. But it's going to be unfamiliar approach to grades and grading, probably, compared to your previous experiences with math classes. That's probably going to be the place that generates the most questions when people read the syllabus. So I'm happy to introduce it here, but also, as you come up with more questions about, hey, how does this grade thing work, just drop them into the general chat, again, so that everybody in the class can benefit from the answers. So let's start by looking at the main sort of site of interaction for us for the semester, at least as far as your assignments and instructional materials and all of that stuff is concerned. And that is our Canvas course. So you should have received an invitation to set up a free Canvas account in your email. If you didn't get that, or if you're having trouble finding it, please let me know. We have to make sure that everyone gets connected with Canvas right away, because again, this is the main place where you're going to be submitting assignments and accessing course resources for the semester. Pretty much for us, Canvas is everything except for the community chat, which is happening in Discord. So the ways to interact with the material are all in Canvas. The ways to interact with people, those are all in Discord. And so when you arrive in the Canvas site, you're going to see 2 big buttons on the front page that give you direct access to those 2 things, right? The Access Modules button, which is going to take you to material, mathematics that you can read, that you can watch, and that you can work on and submit for your grade. And the community chat button that connects you with the people, connects you with your classmates, it connects you with myself. In Math 105, we are going to be working on a team-based project this semester as well, so you're going to have a specific chat channel for your team also to use in Discord. So those are the 2 main buttons that you'll want to hit to access course material. Canvas is like Blackboard in a lot of ways, but it is a lot, in my experience, friendlier to use. It's easier to find stuff. It's not as rigidly structured as Blackboard is. And it also, Canvas is much more compatible with my approach to grading than Blackboard is. I tried to like Blackboard, but the way that I grade, I couldn't make Blackboard. There's just no way to make Blackboard do what Canvas does. And since it's a free learning management system, this particular iteration of it, I enjoy using it for pretty much all of my teaching. If you go to our Blackboard site for the course, the only thing you're going to find are a link to Canvas and a link to Discord, and I'll post a copy of the syllabus. But other than that, there's going to be nothing going on in Blackboard. Everything as far as interacting with the material for the course is going to be happening here in Canvas. So I'll talk a little bit more about the specific components of Canvas in just a minute. But I also want to, again, point at our Discord community. If you click on Community Chat, that's what you'll go see and find. And again, our Discord community is the place for you to interact with the people that make our course so great. I think I accidentally just bombed myself out of the video hangout, so let me put myself back in. Here we go. Sorry. So what you'll find in Canvas are a set of interaction channels. There are general channels that are common to all my students this term. So I have two courses that I'm teaching, Math 105 and a Math 122. So the general all students chat, we'll use that if there's something that affects both of my classes. That would be common to everybody. Also, tech support. Both of my classes are using the same set of websites and technological tools this semester. And so if you have any questions about how those things work, if you're having trouble with Canvas, trouble with Discord, trouble with your scanning app that I'll talk a little bit more about tomorrow, those questions would be great for tech support chat so that students in both sections can benefit from those answers. But then the place to interact about Math 105 specific material is here in the Math 105 channels. There's an announcements channel where I'll be posting announcements. This is read only for you, so you won't be able to post any messages in the announcements channel. This is just where I'm going to put in the main announcements for the course. General chat is fully interactive. You can ask questions, you can respond to questions, everybody can see everything that goes on here in Math 105. This is a great place for questions about the administrative details of the course. So, hey, when is this assignment due? Hey, I'm not seeing this thing that you said you were supposed to post on Canvas. You know, those kinds of questions that everybody would benefit from the answer, those should go in general chat. If you have questions in particular that this video raises for you about the grading system, due dates, that kind of stuff, general chat is the place to ask those questions so that everybody can see what the answers are, whether they're here live or whether they're looking at this after the fact. The Math Chat channel is exactly what you would expect. It is a place to ask and answer questions about mathematics in the course. So if you're getting stuck on a homework problem, or if you're reading something in the text that's like sort of like confusing, like, well, what is this all about? This is a great place to ask those questions. Your classmates can respond to them, and I do encourage you to be an active participant in any math discussions that goes on here. That is really one of the best ways to learn in an asynchronous web course like ours, is to participate in discussions about the material with your classmates. So don't just think of it as a place to ask questions. It's not just an oracle. You are also the oracle. But of course, I also participate in those chats as well, and I can help to answer questions that come up about the math. We will have a semester project that you're completing and working on in teams. If you have questions about the project chat channel is the place for those. I'll talk more about the project as we get a little bit later on into this week. You'll also see the video hangout channel. That's the place where I am right now with one other person. But it's also a place that whenever we have kind of whenever the opportunity arises to have like a virtual classroom kind of meeting, that Math 105 video hangout is where it's going to happen. I'll send notifications. I'll either schedule them in advance if it's something that I want to sort of try to get as many people as possible to, or if it's impromptu, I'll just send a little announcement out saying, hey, I'm going to be in the video hangout classroom, come if you want to. But anytime that we do something in the video hangout like we're doing right now, I'll also capture that as a video, and those videos will get shared into the video archive channel automatically after the session. So if you can't make a session live that happens, don't sweat it. This is not a course that was designed with the expectation that you can make scheduled meetings. And so those videos will get sent out to the video archive after the fact so that you'll be able to see them there and watch them on your own time. You'll also see down at the bottom a set of study rooms. These are virtual versions of exactly what you would think that they are. They're just sort of empty study rooms that if you and one of your classmates, or if you and one of and your project team or something like that want to meet synchronously via audio, via video, via sharing your screen, it's like little Zoom channels that are just sort of sitting there and waiting for you to jump into. So make sure to jump into one that's empty if you and some other folks want to go do that. But they're ready and waiting at any time if you and your classmates want to jump in and use them as an audio, video, and screen sharing platform. It's ready and waiting. Just don't use Dr. S's office unless it's an impromptu meeting with me. I want to make sure that I have a space that kind of I can always count on being available. If these rooms get really crowded or something and you want me to create more study rooms, just let me know. I can do that. I don't think we're going to need too many for the winter session, but that is something that I can do. So Discord is really the beating heart of our course community. And the more active you are in Discord, the better that everybody's learning experience is going to be. Asynchronous web courses like ours very often leave students feeling like you're sort of adrift and having to teach yourself a lot of the material. And there's definitely space we create for people to do that. But the missing link, I think, in a lot of asynchronous courses is just the ability to talk to other people, talk to your classmates, talk to me, ask questions, answer questions, meet in chats and hangouts and stuff like that. And Discord is really where we've created a space that replicates that opportunity in the virtual space as much as we can. So do be active. It's not only a good practice for you, it's going to help your classmates, and it's also going to help your grade in ways that I'll talk about in just a few minutes. So let's move forward and talk about the Canvas modules. And I want to start there by talking a little bit about what modules even are in the first place. Let's take a look in our syllabus for the semester. So the syllabus for the semester is organized around a set of, what do I have here, 11 different learning outcomes that a student in Math 105 can be expected to reach. Right? So these 11 areas are the main 11 things that I want you to take away from Math 105. Right? For example, I would like for you to take away from Math 105 the ability to use set operations to discuss how two or more sets may be combined and to use Venn diagrams to represent the results. Right? So that's a very specific mathematical outcome that I want you to come away from the course with. So there's 11 of those. 8 of them relate directly to kind of mathematical material, and the other 3 are related to the project. And so the ones that are related to the project are numbered A, B, and C. The ones related to the math material of the course are numbered 1 through 8. Right? And so each one of the mathematical content materials, 1 through 8, has a module, a learning module associated with it in Canvas. And so that's what you'll see if you click on the modules button and go into Canvas. So what you'll see looks something like this. So each module is going to have a set of stuff that you can read. So these are links that go out to our electronic version of the textbook. Our e-textbook is set up in such a way that there are also video lectures that are incorporated directly into the material as well. So there's also videos available inside of the textbook as you're reading through it. So it's not just a reading task, it can also be a reading and a watching task. So every module is going to have those that content for you to interact with up ahead of time. And then the first thing that you'll actually do that sort of impacts your progress in the course is complete homework exercises. These are more like sets of practice problems. Every module has one set of practice problems associated with it. If you click on it, it'll take you into, I have to do a little bit more setup, I guess, before this is going to work correctly. But it'll take you to a place where you can answer practice problems interactively. If you've ever used any other kind of online homework system before, like a MyMathLab or WebAssign or Alex, or there's a bunch of different names. This is going to be similar to that, but it's baked right into the Canvas learning management system. And so there's going to be a set of homework problems for you to work on, and they're set up in such a way that you can continue to work on them and continue to improve your score. So it's not like you submit it, you get a grade, and you move on. That never happens in our course. Instead, you have opportunities to continue to improve. Every question that you don't get right by the third attempt, you can either just type in the correct answer, which you're going to be shown, and get 25% credit on it, or you can reset and start over on a similar problem and go back to the ability to earn full credit. So it's a really nice thing. You can just keep working on and keep bringing that grade up on your homework assignments until you hit the magic 80% mark. So the 80% mark is the mark where, at that point, you're done with that homework assignment. And once you've reached 80% on a homework set, that's the magic number to unlock the completion assignment for that module. So once you get to 80% on a homework assignment, the completion quiz for that module will be unlocked in your Canvas. The completion quiz is something that you complete on paper. So when you access it, there'll be a PDF file for you to download. If you have a printer at home, that's great. You can print it out and complete the quiz right there. If you don't, just use a blank sheet of paper and write as legibly and carefully as possible. Think of the person on the other end who has to understand your work and to grade it, and then try to be as meticulous and careful and organized as possible in your paper. I'll talk more tomorrow about how to capture and upload paper assignments, but that's the nature of the completion quiz. If your completion quiz is assessed to meet the standard, then that standard is done for you. If it's not, a revision quiz will be unlocked and a second chance for you to demonstrate your mastery. I'll talk a little bit more about that in a little while. But that's the basic shape of each of the modules in Canvas. There's a conversation component. That's the I guess this is the piece I haven't talked about, the conversation component that unlocks the module itself. There's the preparation, the homework, that then unlocks the completion assignment. And once the completion assignment has been completed to meet the standards of that module, then you have finished that module. Completion assignments, there are a total of 4 of them throughout the semester. Each completion assignment is called a conversation inside of your modules. Conversation assignment is called conversation. So conversation for modules 1 and 2. So this is something you can do right away if you want to. You won't see Module 1 or Module 2 in your Canvas until you've completed one of these conversation assignments. So I've given you 3 different options for an assignment to complete. You can either write a blog post on a certain topic. You can record a Flipgrid video. This is just a short 30 seconds. It's almost like a sort of like TikTok built into Canvas in some ways, right? You record a short video on a certain topic and submit that. Or you contribute to a reading discussion. As soon as you do one of these 3 things, that will unlock modules 1 and 2 for you. So there's 4 of those assignments throughout the semester. Each one of them opens up 2 content modules that come after it. So that's the main idea for how the modules work. Complete a conversation assignment to open up some modules. Within each module, complete homework up to 80% to unlock the completion assignment. And once you complete the completion assignment and earn a satisfactory mark, then you're done with that completion assignment, done with that module. So I haven't talked about grades yet because my grading system is probably different from other ways of grading that you've encountered in the past. This is probably the piece of this video that you're going to have the most questions about. So do ask those questions as they arise in the general chat in Discord so that everybody can benefit from the answers to them. I'll talk about my grading system, how it works, why I do it, and what's sort of some of my advice for how to navigate it correctly and most efficiently, how to get around it. So I mentioned that there's these 11 topics, 11 outcomes, the 11 things I want you to take away from Math 105 at the end of the semester. Your grade is exclusively determined by how many of those 11 things I see that you've taken away from the course at the end of the semester. So it's not like you submit a quiz, I grade it, it's a % out of 100, and then that gets averaged into your grade. And so if you have a bad quiz on the first week, that's going to weigh you down for the rest of the semester. I don't like that. I don't think it's authentic to the way people learn. It's not authentic to the way that things go, even in academia, right? If I am a scholar writing a journal article and I submit it to a journal and it's not good yet, then that means it's not good yet. They send it back to me with some feedback and say, hey, rewrite this in these certain ways and resubmit it, and then maybe it'll be better the next time. It's not like I submit a bad paper and then suddenly I have a black mark on my academic career that follows me for the rest of my life. But that's kind of how traditional grades work, right? You bomb that first exam, you can't recover from it in a traditional grading system. You can sort of hope to do better on the next one such that it pulls your grade back up, but it's really hard and it's not fair, I think, in a lot of ways. I care more that you learn something than I care about when you learn something throughout the semester. So I want to create as much space as possible for you to try something, and if it's not right enough the first time, to have an opportunity to improve on it with my feedback the next time. And if it's still not ready, another opportunity to improve on it with my feedback the next time. So that's how mastery grading, which is what people sometimes call this system, that's how it works. It takes these 11 areas and says, however many of these 11 that you have demonstrated mastery of at the end of the semester, that is your grade. And so each assignment that you submit, so completion quizzes, revision quizzes, when I look at your projects, I'm going to be assessing them on this sort of 4-point scale, and they're not points, they're letters. 2 letters that represent you earned credit because you've mastered this topic, and 2 that mean that you don't get any credit yet, because you need to go back and revisit something and revise and resubmit and improve based on feedback. So E and S are our 2 credit marks. P and N are no credit marks. So how that works, right, is that every assignment is either going to get a "you're done, you've got credit for it, you can move on," or it's going to get a "nothing, but here's some feedback to help you improve the next time." Right? So you either get credit or you get feedback. You don't get zeros that average into your grade and then weigh your grade down. You get zeros that are not yet zeros. Right? And as soon as you master a topic, whether it happens on the first time you try it, whether it happens on the second time, whether it happens on the third time, when you master it, it's mastered just the same as if you'd gotten it the first time. So you don't get points or credit until you get credit, until you get full credit, basically. So that's how this system works. You either get full credit or you get opportunities to revise and improve based on my feedback the next time. So that means that in Canvas, the place for you to check on your progress is actually not in the Assignments tab of the gradebook, but in the Learning Mastery tab. This is where it's going to show you those 11 topics and the progress that you made in those 11 topics up until that point. And so how the letter grades then work at the end of the semester is that your base grade for the semester is determined by what I call your work bundle. That's the sum total of all of your completion quizzes, completion assignments for the modules, and your project, which gets assessed on 3 different learning outcomes. In order to get a base grade of an A for the semester, you need to have met all 11 of those learning outcomes. At 9, you're guaranteed at least a B. At 7, you're guaranteed at least a C. At 5, you're guaranteed at least a D. Right. So that's how the number of outcomes that you've met over the semester determines a base grade for you. And then there is a grade booster. And actually, I think I need to revise this I need to revise this grade booster guidance in the syllabus because I've actually changed it just a little bit for this semester. Give me a moment. I have to switch over to my other Canvas course, and I'll talk through how the grade booster is going to work. So the grade booster is a way to take that base grade that you started with and adjust it up a half of a grade, or potentially up a full grade, depending on your activity in our Discord community chat for the semester. So I'm going to have to copy paste this over into our syllabus because I forgot to do that yet. But here's how it works. Basically, an asynchronous web course really does rise and fall on how actively engaged you all are. The more that you interact with our community on Discord, the more that it benefits you, but also the more that it benefits everyone in the class, and helps us all to feel more connected and to learn from one another. So to reward that, this grade booster works by awarding a 3-tiered ranking system in Discord of what are called community captains. At the rank of assistant captain, you have participated enough that you've posted on at least 3 separate days during any 7-day period. And so once that happens the first time, you become an assistant captain for the semester, and that role is permanent. It can't be taken away from you. Before you reach assistant captain in the semester, your base grade is actually going to be reduced by a half of a letter. But as soon as you reach assistant captain, that half of a letter is erased, and you get the base grade at least that you get. And you'll see, you'll get a message in Discord when you get promoted from one rank to another to let you know. And the color of your name is going to change in Discord as well. So once you become assistant captain, you get kind of this bronze medal color to your name on Discord. The associate captain and captain roles require more and more consistent engagement with our Discord chat over the semester. For associate captain, you have to post a chat message, at least one chat message in our Discord on at least 4 days in every 7-day period throughout the semester. So basically, the minimum that this means is you can't let a 3-day period go by without participating in some way in a chat in Discord. But if you can earn this rank and keep this rank throughout the semester, that's going to bump up your work bundle grade by a half of a letter at the end of the semester. And at the rank of captain, this is the highest rank, the most engaged members of our Discord community are posting 5 or more chat messages on at least 5 days in every 7-day period. So it means you can't miss more than 2 days in a row, and you have to be posting more than 5 days on those days. More than 5 messages on those days that you are posting. If you reach and retain the rank of captain throughout the semester, then your work bundle grade gets increased by a full letter at the end of the semester. So these are kind of a big deal to your final grade. The one proviso for the associate captain and captain ranks is that because these are measuring your engagement over moving 7-day periods throughout the semester, it's possible to earn them and then to lose them. For example, if you post on 5 separate days and then you sort of stop, right? Then you could be promoted to captain and then lose that promotion after a certain point. And I don't want for that to happen. I want this to be something that you keep up throughout the semester. So in order to get the points for an associate captain or a captain role, you first of all need to be in that role no later than January 1st. So receive that promotion no later than the new year. That role needs to be in place on the last day of the semester, January 18th. It can't be revoked more than once. So, if you have a gap of 2 days or something at your captain role, you're going to lose that captain role. And I don't want that to be the end of the world. It can be revoked once, but you have to get it back if you lose it. You have to get it back within 4 days. So as long as you meet those criteria, then at the end of the semester, you get the number of points that associates with the highest rank that you attained over the semester. That's either going to increase your work bundle grade by no letters if you're assistant captain, by a half a letter if you're associate captain, or by a full letter if you finish the semester at the rank of captain. The one piece under here that I do want to underline is that the exception is if your work bundle grade is a D, then that booster cannot raise it any higher than a D+. So you can't turn a D grade into a C grade by community chat kind of activities. And if your final work bundle grade is an F, you can't actually boost that to a passing grade for the semester. But you can boost a D up to a maximum of a D+. You can boost a C range grade up to a B range if you finish the rank of captain, right? And a B up to an A. So this is definitely incentive, I hope, for you to get and to stay consistently engaged with our Discord community throughout the semester. And so I think those are the main points for how the course is set up, how it works. I'll talk a little bit more tomorrow about the specific details of interacting with the completion quizzes in the module. How do you submit written work into Canvas? Because that's kind of a technological challenge to get used to. So I'll talk more about that tomorrow. In the meantime, what I'll say is if you haven't already done so, you'll want to get your hands on a good document scanning app that you can use on a mobile device. And my recommendation is Adobe Scan. It's a free app. It's the best app that I know of to scan written work and have it make it look really good when it gets uploaded. It automatically straightens, it automatically increases contrast, it exports as a PDF, but it can also export in image file format. It's really great. It's the only app I recommend for folks to use. There are a bunch of others out there, but I don't think any of them do it as well as Adobe Scan does. So for now, if you're interested in getting started with that, download the app to your mobile device. It exists for iOS, it exists for Android, I think it exists for Windows phones, but I don't think anybody has those anymore. And play around with it just to sort of get to know it a little bit. But I'll talk more tomorrow about that process of how to capture and upload written work, because that's going to be a main part of your completion for each of the modules in the semester. So I'm going to conclude this video just by saying thank you and welcome. I look forward to interacting with you throughout the semester. Post any questions that you have about anything in this video in the general chat in Discord. You'll also see a copy of this video show up in the video archive channel. That video archive channel is going to just create sort of a record of the videos that are most specific to this course, this semester with me and you. There are a bunch more videos that relate to Math 105 and relate to Math 105 content and stuff that are out there. But the video archive channel in Discord is going to be the most specifically geared towards the stuff that we're doing this semester right now, you and me. So welcome. I look forward to working with you over the course of the next 4 weeks, and I will see you in the Discord.